People with the signature theme of command obviously tend to have a very strong, direct voice of leadership. Now, a lot of people who are in leadership or want to be leaders, especially when we talk about running a business and you see yourself as a leader, they see the list of the 34 themes and they see that command. And a lot of people wish that they had command in their top 5. But I think it's because we often misunderstand command. It sounds like a very military-centric kind of theme, but you'd be surprised how many, especially service members and veterans, don't have command in their top 5. Likewise, you'd be surprised how many women actually have command in their top 5. And as we've talked about in our strengths, everybody has a unique way in which they show these themes. So while command can come across as direct and bold and strong, it's really important to remember what is the magic and what is the strength of this particular theme being used very well or used at the right time in the right moments, right? We've talked a little bit about how you can become the villain version of ourselves of any of these themes if we're burned out or if we're using them at the wrong time or if we're using them for the wrong reasons. So if you are using your strengths for selfish gain or to only help yourself, then a lot of these themes are going to come across as manipulative. But when we use them to serve other people, that is like the secret sauce of where we see our strengths come to life and do such amazing good in the world. It's the reason why we've chosen to use a little bit of this language of superheroes and villains. So the superhero version of command, this is an influencing strength that helps motivate other people into action. So obviously if command, this strong, directive, self-assured, strong voice of leadership is coming out in a way that is for selfish gain and it makes other people feel uncomfortable and it's used at the wrong time, it could be seen as harsh or brash or even manipulative. But when we see the need for order, and that's where I see command show up most often for people in their top 5 when they're looking for it more often, it's not this like, I'm gonna choose to be a really loud voice and take charge and make everybody follow me. It's actually these more subtle, quiet, powerful moments where there is some kind of disorganization or everybody's talking at once, or maybe the group feels paralyzed and they don't know what to do next. And command is that part of you that it just gets really uncomfortable because you sense very quickly that there is no leader and somebody needs to lead. And it's that part of you that's like, I'm gonna take charge because there needs to be order. And when you do, usually the group is like, oh, thank goodness somebody has taken charge. And so being able to step into the ring and say, you know what, I think what would be helpful is for us to do this. You can hear the strength and the boldness and the willingness to go first, to take the risk, and to be the one that leads the way in starting that conversation. That's a great example of command. So again, command is leading other people into action, whether it's a let's go or let's get started, or I know what we need to do. What if we do this together, where everybody joins in a unified way and you're able to move forward together rather than everybody kind of branching off and doing their own thing and creating more disorder and more chaos. So command, again, is an amazing influential strength meant to inspire other people to follow in when especially there is no leader. So be on the lookout if you do have command for the times when you may be a little strong at the wrong times and maybe forcefully interjecting the way you think that people need to go, especially if it's at home when you're really relaxed. And our family is often the most forgiving of us, right? And probably the people that we take our masks off the most and allow a little bit of misbehavior to happen, and they're the most forgiving. So be mindful when that comes out a little strong and directs everybody before they're ready to follow or before they even sense that there's chaos and need for some kind of order or need for some kind of leadership to step in. So watch carefully when it works and when it doesn't, so that you can fine-tune how to leverage it appropriately and intentionally. See if you can fine-tune and look for when is this theme used best, when is it the most useful, when are people the most grateful that you've leveraged it and used it because it brought a sense of order and peace into their life and gave them that much more willingness to follow you in the direction that you have proposed.